One of the most valuable life skills or traits or abilities to work on and develop is your ability to take an uncomfortable situation and learn how to find comfort in it, learn how to adjust to some potentially negative circumstances and to kind of just, settle in and dwell in those for a little while. I'm a big proponent of pushing for positive perspectives and moving with a positive mindset, because that's where the most progress is going to happen. But I also believe that it's very healthy to recognize times when you're in less than ideal circumstances and to settle in and be appreciative of the low points, be appreciative of the valleys as well, be thankful for those struggles, because those are what paint your perspective of the better times. Those are what really add that glow and that shine to your highest levels of achievement. That which we achieve too easily, we esteem too lightly. It's these kind of moments where we are challenged to the point where we don't think that we can move through something, or when we're frustrated with our circumstance, or just when things aren't going the way that you want them to go. Those are those moments that are setting you up for bigger success down the road. It builds your character, it builds your mentality, and it builds this other kind of strength that you cannot work on or even approach when everything is always going your way. You don't appreciate things as much if everything comes easily to you. You have to suffer a little bit at some time to recognize those good moments as what they are, as being those high points of achievement. And I will never make the claim that my life is particularly difficult. I get to do what I love for a living. I get to pursue this passion and share this with you. I have a very awesome support system. But I want you to also understand and be able to relate to the idea that everything doesn't always go the way that I want it to. And I'm not constantly in a state of always being able to move forward. I'm a person, I'm very human, and I have very real situations that I go through that test my mental toughness, that test my ability. And it would be a very false statement for me to make a claim that I'm never challenged in those moments, or that I never struggle to find the positive outlook, and that there are times when I'm really feeling down on myself or negative about a situation, and it does take some time to get out of those, and it takes a little bit more reflection to step back and say, okay, well, here's where things are, find that positive perspective, and it's time to move forward. I've been going through a lot of that this last week. Currently changing up my living situation. The video you're watching right now, obviously I haven't been posting for this last week, and a lot of that's been due to some housing situations. My lease was up on this place. I had to get everything out. I had to get the gym out, moved it to another location, which I'm really excited about. But some of my plans for my relocation effort kind of fell through. Some other people that I was working with, just the market and the way that things are working right now in this area, kind of just haven't gone the way that we expected them to, or the way that we really wanted them to. And so I had to make a couple of other kind of directional shifts. So the stress level's been pretty high comparatively. It's a lot different going through this kind of a transition, and currently semi-homeless, I guess. I have plenty of places to stay. I have a very, like I said, very awesome support system, a wonderful girlfriend and her sister who have an apartment that they will let me stay there if the world's on fire and everything's falling down. I'm not without a place to be. I just am currently without a home. So remedying that, actually, I was fortunate enough that the person whose garage this is leaving for the summer, and is a friend of mine. His name's John, and I am going to be taking over his lease in his room at this place. So it's actually going to be an upgrade, and it's just going to be like a week of time where I am kind of flying a little bit more by the seat of my pants and making things work, which does add a level of stress. And it's one of those times where it's like it's not ideal, it's not really what I want, but it is going to make me more appreciative of the times when I do have somewhere to be and a home to be in, and the other stresses in my life don't take away and add to the stresses that come from training and putting your body under such immense loads and stressing as I'm doing in this training block. Another thing that's kind of been happening is my body weight has been dropping pretty rapidly. Most of you know that Lane Norton and I have been working on my nutrition. Been coaching me now for a few weeks. I want to say probably about 6 or 7 weeks now, and we were doing some body recomposition. And so I'm eating a lot more carbs and fat than we started at, but my body weight has been dropping. I think a combination of the moving and the stress and the way that my sessions are going and everything, like it just putting my body in this state. And I guess my metabolism is hyping up quite a bit. I'm down to 211.8 on this deadlift day that you guys are watching, which was Thursday. So quite a bit of movement kind of going on in that. But we're still. I'm confident. I think my confidence was a little bit shaken this last week, just because of that and how heavy things were feeling. You're going to see a squat workout, not in this video, but in the next one, which I will have up a lot sooner than this weight was. But where things just felt really heavy, and part of that's just getting used to being at a slightly lower body weight. And we are going to be working me hopefully back up in body weight. I am eating more each day. It was not an intentional cut per se, and I'm excited for the potential to eat into the meat and be in a caloric surplus for the remainder of the training block. It's just a matter of finding what my metabolism is at right now and then making sure that we stay ahead of it so that I stop losing weight. But actually, on to the training. We'll talk a little bit about this. I am in my intensity block right now. The first workout that you guys saw, sets of 5 on my squats, and honestly right now squats have taken a little bit of a hit, just sort of the way that things are feeling in the movement, and my depth is not as convincing as I want it to be. It got a little bit better on this second day, but the first day when I worked up to that set of 5 at 555, the front just doesn't look as convincing as I want it to. You can tell from the sides that they were in fact to what I would call a legal depth. But I want it to be no questions asked, because whenever I post a video on the internet of a meet, I want it to be up to a standard where it's really hard to question it just across the board. And I guess that's a personal thing. That's just something that I want to do, because I've had meets where I felt like I was gifted lifts before, and I didn't feel very good about those meets. So trying to fix that. And then on to the deadlifts that you guys saw. I think I got overhyped on the 655 top set, and I was supposed to hit for 5 reps, but I iced myself on I hit the 4th rep and then waited there for a while, and had to come back a few minutes later and hit that other double, just because I felt very confident that I should have been able to hit that 5th rep, but nerves, stress, too much mental stuff going on, and I wasn't able to pull it out. So high hopes that this week deadlifts will be a little bit less mentally exhausting for me, and I'll be able to clear my head a little bit more and focus on just executing instead of worrying about things. And then this last day, so 3 workouts posted in this video. The first day was the squats, some heavy benching, some front squats, yada yada. Second day was the deadlifts, the close grip benching, and the what else? I don't think I videotaped the arm work that I was doing. Then I moved on, and I had the next day, Saturday, squats and overload benching, and then these pin presses. You're seeing the 7th set of 3 there. It's the only one I kept because I didn't want this video to be 25 minutes long. But overall, yeah, I'm in a point of time right now where things are a little bit tough. I've got outside stresses that I'm working with. I have a little bit of, my confidence got shaken with a couple of other things. But I am striving to mark this in my personal timeline, to mark this point in time as when it's appropriate and when it's necessary to put in a little bit of suffering, to put in a little bit of discomfort, and to adjust my ability and build my character to work through that, so that when I get to a point where things are going more easily and more along the lines of how I want them to be going, I can be more appreciative of those, and I can enjoy that kind of a successful time. Because I know that this is not forever. I know that I'm not at this point where it's never going to get better, and there's no sign of hopelessness in my mentality right now, but it is one of those times where it's just frustrating and things don't go your way, and that's happens for everybody. So I guess if you're watching this, I encourage you, if you're going through a time like this where just one thing after another doesn't seem to be going the way you want it to kind of accept that, yeah, that happens sometimes, but you're gonna be okay. You're gonna make it. We're all gonna make it, bros. And it's one of those things that is a part of life that you will look back on and be appreciative of the growth that you were able to get through when you find those points of enjoyment after the time of suffering or that time of discomfort that you're going through. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great night. Bye.